Most people spend their whole life fighting fears that wasn't even theirs to begin with. And if you actually understood where they come from, your whole life would change. Today, I'm going to go break down why almost every fear that you have is learned, how my fear of failing started, and how to let go of the fears that are holding you back. And near the end, I'm going to let you guys know the two fears that we're actually born with. Think of your biggest fears right now: fear of abandonment, fear of failure, fear of judgment, being seen. We create these fears and we think they're part of us, they're our personality, but in reality, they're not. They're created in moments of our life from people who don't think they have such a big impact on us. This is why fear feels so personal, because it gets tied to our identity. And it didn't start as our identity, it started as a reaction. For me, it all started in elementary school. I remember having my hand raised to a question that my teacher asked, and I forget what it was, but this teacher just made me feel like the most dumb person when I answered this question. I was so embarrassed. That feeling where you get hot. And yeah, I know it might seem small, but back when I was younger, it literally impacted me so hard. And I just remember my whole time in school, I wasn't good at it, because I was scared to ask for help because of that one moment. I didn't want to feel like I was stupid. I didn't want to feel embarrassed to ask for help. And that literally followed me throughout my whole entire life. The fear of judgment, the fear of failure, sometimes it would stop me from doing things. Yeah, when I grew up, it followed me throughout my whole, coaching, my day-to-day life, making content like this. But then I just realized that this fear of judgment and failure wasn't a part of me. It was kind of handed to me. I learned how to do it because of that moment that really impacted my life. And once I realized that, it opened up a whole thing where if fear was taught, it can be unlearned. And if you understand that fear was not born within you, you can change the narrative. You can stop thinking of that as the truth, but just a story. And when you do that, you can rewrite that story. You can take any of the fears that you have right now and you can ask, where did this come from? Who taught me this? And most of the time, it comes from the moments that made you feel small, embarrassed, and judged. And don't think that you're broken, you're just human. So here's the part that blows my mind. There's only two fears that we're actually born with, and that's a fear of falling and a fear of loud noises. And that's it. Everything else that you're scared of is not yours originally. You don't need to keep it. You don't need to let it run your life anymore. Start paying attention to all those stories that you carried all your life. They're not permanent. You can let them go. If you like videos like this, mindset, fear, discipline, hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments what I should break down next. Thanks for being here.